Gaslighting, making you question your sanity. What if the person you trusted most was secretly trying to make you doubt your own mind? Imagine sharing your feelings with your partner, only to hear them respond, "You're being too sensitive again," or bringing up something hurtful they said yesterday, only to have them look you straight in the eyes and say, "That never happened. You must be confused." These are examples of one of the most damaging forms of psychological manipulation: gaslighting. This term describes a specific type of manipulation where someone works to make you question your reality, memory, and perceptions. The name comes from the 1944 psychological thriller Gaslight, where a husband deliberately dims the gas-powered lights in their home, while insisting to his increasingly frightened wife that the lights haven't changed at all, making her question her sanity as part of his sinister plan. When someone gaslights you, they're attempting to replace your reality with their own version. They want you to doubt what you know to be true, so you'll become more dependent on them to define what's real. It's a particularly harmful form of emotional abuse because it targets your basic ability to trust your own mind. The confusion gaslighting creates goes beyond normal self-doubt. Your brain enters a state where it can't reconcile what you know you experienced with what the narcissist tells you happened. This creates a fog of uncertainty that makes it hard to think clearly. You begin questioning not just this one memory, but all your judgments and feelings. Over time, this constant reality questioning creates profound changes in how you see yourself. You might begin to believe you're too emotional, too sensitive, or even crazy, all labels the narcissist has carefully planted in your mind. Your confidence in your perceptions erodes until you automatically defer to their version of reality, even when it contradicts what you clearly remember. Certain phrases should immediately raise red flags as potential gaslighting. "That never happened" flatly denies your experience. "You're too sensitive" dismisses your emotional reactions as problematic. "You need help" pathologizes your valid responses. These tactics shift responsibility away from the narcissist and place it on you, transforming a conversation about their behavior into a referendum on your mental stability. Consider a scenario where you clearly remember your partner promising to attend your work event, only to have them miss it entirely. When confronted, they insist they never agreed to come. As you try to recall the conversation, doubt creeps in. Did you imagine the promise? Did you communicate it poorly? This uncertainty about a recent significant memory illustrates how gaslighting erodes your trust in yourself. Narcissists employ several techniques to enhance their gaslighting. Selective memory allows them to forget things they don't want to address, while having perfect recall for anything that serves their narrative. Denial persists even when presented with clear evidence. Texts, emails, recordings, projection turns their own behaviors and feelings onto you, creating confusion that leaves you defending yourself instead of addressing their original behavior. The neurological impact of persistent gaslighting is significant. Your brain relies on consistent feedback to build accurate models of reality. When someone constantly contradicts your perceptions, your neural pathways actually begin to change. The parts of your brain responsible for memory and emotional regulation show signs of stress. Your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, becomes overactive, putting you in a constant state of anxiety. This neurological disruption creates symptoms similar to psychological trauma, memory problems, difficulty concentrating, chronic anxiety, or emotional numbness. These aren't signs of mental instability, as the narcissist suggests. They're your brain's natural response to having its reality constantly challenged. The disorientation victims feel resembles the effects of brainwashing techniques documented in prisoners of war or cult members. Both involve isolation from outside perspectives and breaking down confidence in personal perceptions. The betrayal becomes especially damaging because gaslighting happens within relationships built on supposed trust and love. Recognizing gaslighting is often the first step toward breaking free. When you can name the tactic, it loses some power over you. you can begin to separate the narcissist's distortions from your actual experiences. The signs that you're being gaslit include constantly apologizing for things that aren't your fault, frequently second-guessing your memories, inability to make simple decisions without validation, and making excuses for your partner's behavior. Physical symptoms often accompany these psychological signs. Tension headaches, stomach problems, and difficulty sleeping emerge as your body responds to the stress of constantly questioned reality. Many victims report feeling more clear-headed when separated from their partner, only to have confusion return when they're together again. This contrast provides important information about the source of your self-doubt. Perhaps the most reliable indicator is how questioning the narcissist reality leads to disproportionate anger or punishment. Healthy relationships can accommodate different perspectives and memories. Narcissists, however, react with rage or stonewalling when their version of reality is challenged. They can't tolerate any narrative that doesn't maintain their control or perfect image. This investment in controlling your perception stems from the narcissist's intense jealousy and insecurity. They need to manage how you see them because their fragile self-image can't withstand honest evaluation. Their fear that you might see them clearly, with all their flaws and manipulations, drives them to distort your reality before you can recognize the truth.